Here we're in Nijemen in Amsterdam. I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's spelled N-A-J-G-E-N. N-A-J-E-N-G-E-N. So I was here working today, and I'm just having a wee walk when most of the businesses are closing now. But there's a church up here I want to have a look at. You'll just see the spire sticking up there. So head up the street, look at that. Chat to you in a moment. I thought this was worth filming because it's the first hill I've seen from I've been in the Netherlands. The first hill I've seen. And look, really see the stream of water coming down the middle of it. Not sure if it's from a water feature or something. I'll know when I get up the street. The whole way down the hill, from way up there. Better I get out of the sun, I can see what I'm filming. Lovely little town. Scooters is mostly the only thing you'll see used here, and bicycles. No cars. So I'm coming up into this square now where I think this church is. I'll give you a look in a second. You can see the big spire of the church here. Of course you can't see the details because the camera goes black when you look at the sun, but I'll show it to you in a wee moment. I thought you just had to see this building. I'm after spotting on my way looking for the church. Check this out. Isn't that something? Yeah, have a wee walk around the square here. Every place I've visited so far in the Netherlands seems to have a square like this with really old buildings. Here you've got some sort of statue for somebody. Give you a look at the writing. If you can decipher that. And look at this. Gold plaques and stuff. Looks pretty old. I wish you could see the window details. Window details are fantastic. Just lovely looking. And I think that's actually the entrance to the church also. I'd have a little walk in and see. I just love this about the Netherlands, all the wee narrow streets and everything. You can see that there used to be a second story to this. And you've got lots of the old beams. Somebody's just cut them off. Not sure what it was though. This is the back of the church. Listen to those bells. It's just charming, isn't it? And look at this building from the back. All the statues. They do have some magnificent buildings here, if you like old things like that. Let's go around this way, see what we can see. I'll start another video here, if I leave a video too long, it's hard to process, so. The old cobble street is right round the corner. These quaint little alleyways, I love them. Plus, a lot of the time it's where you find most of the interesting things that you wouldn't usually see if you go looking for them. Little buildings like this. I wanted to get a really good look at that spire, but I haven't been able to find it yet. This church is huge. And the sun's sort of against my face coming down here. There we go, yeah. Now we're talking. Check this out. I wish you could see the actual height this is up, but it's the detail. It's the contrast of colours, which my phone's not really picking up, but it's beautiful in person, really is. So I just wanted to see that. So I'll take a wee walk back into the square now and see what else we can see. I came across this little park and it's showing you the church in 1600, and it's showing you a dig site here. Must have been the first church in this town was here, and it shows you that they half exhumed the bodies of the saints who set up this church. And if you come and look with me, they never filled it in. They coated it in glass, and if you look closely enough, you can see the person down in there, in their burial place. So there you go, just to show you that. There's something interesting. Oh, and there's this little waterfall feature that they've put in as well. So I'm still in the town of Nijemen, or Nijemen, or whatever they like to pronounce it as. And this is an old castle that the town has here. You'll see it's in very good condition with the shutters and everything still there. And it's red brick built. It's strange that it's red brick built, but there you go. And there's another big lump of it over here. And I'll take you down to have a wee look, closer look. So you'll see this is a little waterfall in the grounds, natural waterfall. Nice willow trees. Up there is another kind of a tower. I don't know exactly what it was for. It looks like it's later than the original castle. And you'll see that the wall continues on down right to join the other turret. So it's an interesting piece. It's just a lovely little park to have a walk around in the evening time. But I am aware you do have to be careful when you're walking by yourself in places like this, so I'm not going to hang around too long. Just wanted to get a little look, and I'll just show you the little there must be like a touristy thing here where you can get your tickets to go and see the castle. You can see a wee thatched roof on it and everything. And then we've got our water feature here. So there you go. You can see the holes where the cannons would have been under the walls, or under the windows, sorry. It's quite obvious that those windows at the time when that cannon might have been used are probably not original, but they were changed very early on. And it's just a lovely scenic area with a kids park up there at the top. So there you go. So this is the hotel I'm staying in, and it's a really old Georgian house, original Georgian house. You can see all the beams up here in the roof, and it's a lovely little building. They've furnished it very delicately for what it is, and you've got these old paintings on the wall. These were obviously some of the people that lived in the house. And I'll give you a quick glimpse of my room when I get up there. Okay, so this is my room, and the place that I'm staying is called the Golden Wagon, but it's Golden Wagon in Dutch, Golden Wagon or something like that. So you see I have lovely beams in the room here, genuine beams, and the big wooden floors. Obviously this floor's been replaced, or this has been put on top of the original floor. Nice bed, very comfortable. This must be the person who owned this room in his lifetime. I don't know who he is, I don't know anything about him, but he was a knight of some description, or higher class, as a man says. Now I've got these beautiful big sash windows, huge. You can just see the lights going down there. These lovely windowsills. I don't think that's probably original. I don't think it is. The windows are definitely original and possibly repaired or something, but this elegant little bit of furniture here. Just a nice little room. I love that Queen Anne style chair. Bathroom. So all this is what you need in the moor. It's just a wet room, toilet, just a shower. That's it. So that's the bathroom. I don't know what something like this would cost a night. It's not me paying for it, so you can have guesses. Thanks for on the go since 2 o'clock yesterday morning, and it's now, I'd say, near enough 11 o'clock at night, and you can see from my eyes that I'm just destroyed. I'm just knackered, and it's time to go to bed. So that was a little video of Nijemen, they call it Nijemen, that's how they pronounce it.
in the Netherlands. Tomorrow I'll be going to a place called Arnhem, and I'll give you a little look at that place if I get a chance. I finish early enough to get a walk around. And I'm going straight from there tomorrow evening to Rotterdam, where my next hotel will be, and you'll be getting a little look at Rotterdam as well. So, night, folks. So I'm on the train this morning with Alison here. Say hi, Alison. On our way to a place called Arnhem, I think that's how you pronounce it. Spelled A-R-N-H-E-M. So I'll do a little video later on when we're there if we get a chance. As promised, I'm in a little town called Arnhem, A-R-N-H-E-M. I'm just having a bit of a beer after work, and this is a little building that we were looking at in front. I think it's like an old post office or something. Lovely architecture though. So there you go, there's not a lot to see here, so I'm gonna film a little bit of stuff for you just on the way back to the train station, and we're headed for Rotterdam then. So okay, so we've got this kind of hexagonal shaped building. Was sort of behind where I was showing you that other building, and this is just a good example here of all the bicycles that are used in every city in Netherlands. This is really cool. Will you see this? I'll just show you the lovely domed roof on this before I show you the bike park. So but bicycles, just look up ahead of me. Look at this, all bikes. Anywhere you get a bus station, train station, full of bikes. This building's quite nice, all the balconies and all that. Alison's duking to get out of the road there. If you see this person always walking in front of me in the videos, it's Alison. That's my work colleague.
No.
Yeah. All these lovely old Georgian buildings. Just. Oh, check that out. Yeah, that's a cool building there. I'll zoom in so you can see all the copper. Yeah. I'll show you a little bit more when I see something more interesting. Up this street's not a lot of interest, so me and Alison are coming up to the railway station now, and earlier on we came out the wrong side of it and we had a hell of a long walk to get where we needed to go, whereas we could have just went across the road. But I thought that it's just a cool looking building, so I thought I'd show you the design. I think it's just class. It's modern architecture, but nice architecture at the same time. And we have a wee man playing a bit of an accordion here. Dad, you could pick the accordion up and show him how to play it.
obviously bus stop as well as the train station. Right, I think the next video I'm going to make is either when we're on the train to Rotterdam or when we're arriving in Rotterdam, so catch you later. Welcome to Central Amsterdam, folks. Rotterdam, I meant, sorry. The train station looks really modern. The whole city actually looks like it's a really modern city from what I've seen so far. And I'm literally only out of the train station, so some pretty cool buildings. Give you another look when I'm further down the street. Okay, so this is like an outdoor park area. Alison said she looked it up on maps earlier and it's got like these kind of features in it, so we're gonna have a little look at that. I actually expected it to be a lot busier of a city, you know, noisier. It's not really, but it surprises you, like most of the places in Amsterdam, that it's so quiet. Like there's a big church up the street there. There's a big church in every place we go to visit. Like that. You've got all these pictures on the grass here and stuff. We're gonna go and have a look. It's actually fake grass. It's like the stuff you get on a all-weather pitch, AstroTurf type stuff. Yeah. But it's pretty cool. I mean, you can see that it's pieced together by all different bits of it, which is odd. So it's like a whole park just for teenagers to hang around and smoke.
Look, these are adjustable. Let's say there are different levels in the picture. These lights.
Yeah. Lights are like the big lamps you get at home for your desks, except on a massive scale. It must be some sort of a sports pitch when it has floodlights like this. So
I'd say it's like sort of gaming, like maybe.
yeah.
Kind of fun.
It's got like this big rampy thing on the
Yeah, like sprinklers
bottom
come,
of it.
sprinklers
Yeah.
come out of them.
It's weird. It'd be interesting to see the game being played, whatever it is. So I don't want to make all my clips too long, or it's hard to process, so I'm going to just turn it off now and do another clip in a minute.
So that'll happen when we're.
Our hotel's just up this street a bit, but one thing I've noticed already about Rotterdam is that there's an awful lot more cars in use in the city. And it's very, very modern. It's not like a lot of the other places we visited. I'll make another clip when we get to the hotel or something. Okay, so it's a few hours later and I'm back at my hotel room. See if shelves, just what you need and more again. And this is the James Hotel in Rotterdam. Bathroom, just the basics, sink, whatever you need, toilet, shower. I'm on the 8th floor, which is pretty high up. Unfortunately, it's one of those rooms where you don't have a big view of much, only buildings. But that's what it's like when you're in a big city like this. It's a huge city, like. So I'm going to go out and explore now. I wasn't feeling too well earlier there for a while. Don't know why. I suppose just burning the candle at both ends. Early starts and wanting to see a bit of the place and that. So I'll see you in a minute when I'm outside and I spot something that's kind of worth seeing. Well, this is a city that I'm not as blown away with as some of the other ones, as there's not just as many nice buildings. I mean, this city got an awful flattening during the World War II, and there wasn't much of it left. So it was all rebuilt, and that's why it's so well known throughout the world, because it was such a blank canvas for architects. But this is one of the surviving ones from earlier periods, and I don't know what period this would be. It's probably something like 1600s or something like that. Georgian. It's a beautiful building, and you can see the detail in the dome. Copper dome on it. Similar to James Street in Dublin, Penny's building, headquarters. It's got like a few domes on it like that. I'm coming into a kind of a square here now. You can hear a bit of music going. So I mean, pretty lively city, like. So you've got a square over here, and there's all sorts of bright lights, cafes and stuff. There's something going on because there's a load of people gathered, so I'm going up here to have a look. Just a kind of a festival or something. Pretty cool. People are not afraid to dance anyway. It's a better nightlife here than other places I've been, though. If you're planned on coming on a holiday. A lot of bars and stuff and dancing and that, but that's not why I came down this area. I come down this area because there's a beautiful bridge here in Rotterdam that I want to show you. And there's a lot of things here that I could show you, but I'm not in a location where it's that easy to get to them. I'd have to get a taxi or something to do a lot of it, but there's a big bridge at the end of this street, and thought I'd give you a shot at seeing that, so see how we get on. Okay, so I'm after walking for like a half an hour, but as promised, here's the Erasmus Brook, which means the Erasmus Bridge. And the locals here nickname it the Swan, because apparently it looks like a swan. But it's one of their proudest things in the city. And so I'm going to take a little walk. You can walk on it, so I'm going to take a little walk now and show you in a little minute when I'm on the bridge and looking over, see what's there. Just about to go onto the bridge now, but I thought I'd give you a little look at what's around. Absolutely beautiful area of the city, and there's another older bridge down there. You can see in the distance. Yeah, architecture of some of these buildings is just fantastic, I have to say. I haven't got much battery in my phone, so I have to be careful and keep it. I need Google Maps to guide me back home. I'm a half an hour away from where I was staying, so catch us in a minute when I'm on the bridge. So here I am on the Erasmus Bridge, as promised, and you can see what the view's like around the city here. Little boat going out there, stuff. By the way, if you like motorbikes, this is the city for you because there's literally hundreds of thousands of them, and they're all really nice bikes, a lot of them. You just hear the roar of bikes all the evening long, racing up and down. So there you go. I'm gonna start heading back now that I've showed you that, because I don't know how long my battery's gonna last on the phone and it needs to get me back. So see you later. There's also guys with money in this city. As you can see, beautiful Lamborghini. Be nice, wouldn't it? And this is the other bridge in Ireland, and I think this bridge is way more impressive, to be honest with you. It's an absolutely beautiful place at night, and these bridges all get lit up. But, I'm going to be coming around the farmers market sort of place, and there's a fantastic building there. It was built because they weren't allowed to sell their produce outside anymore, so they come up with this roof kind of a building for the market, and that's what I'm going to show you next. So this is the market building. As you can see, well, maybe you can't, maybe the light's going a bit, but that's it. And that was designed to hold a market inside. So when you go inside, there's a market every day. Something like the street markets you get anywhere else, except that they just have rules here about selling food outside. So there's a couple of other interesting buildings around it too, but you can't really see them now, it's getting dark. I'm going to be heading back soon because I don't want to be hanging around the city after dark, even though it's meant to be one of the safest cities to walk around. Well, as you can see, a lot of police about. But one of the other buildings that came up to see was the cube buildings. So just to show you them, because they're well known here. And they're just blocks of flats, but the design was it's pretty well known throughout the world, the design, cube design. And they realised when they built them that they were quite useless because the space in them's pretty tiny. But there they are for you. Then you have this one, if I can focus on it and get you a proper picture of it. I'm very close to these. It's easier to get a better picture when you're not as close, but it's just a very built up area and there's no getting away. I can get you a good picture of the farmers market here, and there's like a church kind of a building, I don't know what it is, across the road here as well, beside it. The thing I forgot to mention about the market building was that the whole ceiling is painted. I don't know if you can see that through the window, but this is apparently meant to be one of the biggest paintings, the biggest painting in the world. And looking at it here, I'm inclined to believe what they say. I wish I could give you a better look, but it's not open at the minute. If I get a chance tomorrow, I'll take a quick video inside. And this is a huge big church. I wish the light was better so I could video it properly for you, but you'll have to take my word for it, it's lovely. And I'm in the middle of a massive square here. It's just a huge square with all these high-rise buildings. And as you can see, it's quite a quiet area. It's a touristy area. But compared to other places I've been, it's a lot noisier. So that concludes my tour for the night. I'm going to go back to the hotel try and get a bite to eat somewhere or something, and get up for work tomorrow morning. So see you later, guys.